Hey everybody, my name is Reginald Benjamin and I'm with Power Land Group. Today I'm going to pull back the curtain on how I find off-market leads in Dallas County for less than 15 cents a hit. You won't want to miss out on this one. Let's go. Okay everyone, I would encourage you to get a notepad because we are back in our bag with so many gems and so many tips that will get you to your next deal faster than you might be getting to it right now. So lock in. I'm giving y'all again the inside trade secrets on how we are getting our deals in Texas. So this is primetracers.app. Phenomenal tool, a great complementary tool to Skipify. I showed you Skipify before. Again, Skipify is my number one skip tracing tool, but Prime Tracers is returning some great data also. But I'm going to show you how we do this for less than 15 cents a lead. We find motivated sellers in the state of Texas, in the US, and we get these deals in our automation system and we get hitting them. So I'm at the Prime Tracers home screen. As you can see, I've got Skipify here, I've got Zillow pinned, I've got the Dallas County website, and I've got LandGlide. So you're going to get to see a little bit of everything. There are some other tools that we use, but for the purpose of this exercise, this is all we'll need today. So I'm going to go into Dallas County, Texas. And we want to look at, let's find some motivated people. Let's go to tax liens. And I'm going to hit search. It's going to load up for me. Let's see. Now I want to go. Let's go Dallas. Let's go 7-5. Let's go Dallas, Texas. Let's just do Dallas County, Texas. And then it's going to zoom in for me. Let's go lead types, tax liens. Property types, vacant land. Okay. Oh, Dallam County. Ain't no Dallam County. It's County, Texas. Dallas is buzzing. 37,000 hits just on Dallas County. This is why we have got to put some filters in. So I'm going to put in, let's go land here. Land is dope. Let's look at, what do I want to see? Absentee owners and maybe some tax liens on there. Okay, that cut the list down. 130 results. Property characteristics. I know you can build on smaller lots in Dallas, but let's hit 5,000 first. And then ownership info. I want individuals, banks, or trusts. Key nugget: banks are not in the industry of owning real estate. So while these are harder to pull and find and get in contact with, if you can find their bank owned REO, facilitator, lender, or agent, man, you can get some great properties for the low. Um, years of ownership, you got to think about it. We're in 2025, so we want people that have owned this land before the COVID boom. So I'm gonna go back 7 years, and I don't want any cash buyers. I do want them to be absentee, so they're not dealing with the property in any way. That's a lot of filters. Always save your filters too, so you can tag your leads, so you can sort them easier. We like to call this list stacking. So the more motivating factors that this person has, you can assume that they're more likely to sell. Let's hit save and apply and see what we get. 0. Dang, we had too many filters. All right, let me take off tax liens. Okay, all right. So we got 251 people. Okay, so we are in. I want to be down. This is where everybody's buzzing at, right? So I want to be like South Dallas, Bishop Arts. Let's see what this is. Okay, it's a commercial vacant lot. I don't really want to. We could look at it, but you see how it even gives you like an estimated wholesale sale price, like so you kind of know, based off of comps. You can look at your comps, obviously double check it. You can sort of see, what you may be able to sell this thing for. This is commercial, so we could go to the GIS site and see what it's zoned for. Let me pull another one though, just to see if we can find a resi. That's commercial residential. All right, here we go, resi. Okay, big one here, 434,000 estimated value. This could have a house on it. So I'm going to show you how we'll find out if it has a house on it. It's in 75203. I think that's kind of a crazy number, but let's check it out and see what it is talking about. Okay, here we are. We're in Land Glide now. You get nice parcel overlays, flood zone data, all that good stuff. Okay, so Gill Family Builders Inc. owns this. I may need to go to Google Earth just to double check because I just want to make sure that there's no structure on this. So I'm gonna pop over to Google Earth and then I'm gonna go back into Land Glide. We're gonna do some cool stuff in Land Glide too. All right. Okay, no house on it. That's where we are. Let's go to Street View. Let's check it out. Okay, it's a good looking lot. Maybe zone for some multifamily action. You could even cruise down the street, see if you see any new development. Let's go for a ride. All right, we cruising. We cruising. Okay, I don't see any new builds, but they don't look that bad. But definitely, you see some other properties around it that. Oh, here we go. Is that a new build? Let's see. I think we might have us a new build as we cruising down the street in Dallas, Texas. No, not. Okay. No worries. All right, let's hit back. Let's go back to Land Glide. Let me show you a couple of things I'm doing in Land Glide. So it's owned by a builder. So, he will he sell? Maybe won't. We'll see how long he's owned it for here in a sec. But let me show you some cool things in Land Glide. Let's see what kind of frontage this thing has. Boom, boom, almost 50 feet. That's nice. Great bit of frontage. You can put a nice size home on that. Let's check out the depth. All right, depth looks good, 147 feet approximately deep. All right, let's see. Are we in any flood zone? I want to know if I'm in the floody. No flood zone. Flood zone's already tracked. We're good. um, in a neighborhood, in a nice little honey hole. And then you can sort of look, okay, Gill owns this one too. So they got this front lot, they've got this one. You've even got Victor ELLC right there. You got a couple vacants over here too. So you can sort of start driving for dollars just with Land Glide and manually start pulling these. And remember in the last video, I showed you how you could take addresses and pop them in Skipify. So we're actually going to do that right now with this one and see what we can find in Skipify. Since this one's passed the test so far, it looks like a great lot. We'll pop over to Zillow and let's see what it looks like. Cumberland Street 75203. Let me show you how I comp these things. Okay, so the Zestimate or the Zillow estimate is 95,000. They're assuming a house was on here at some time. That must have been back in the day. It was probably demolished, so they're getting taxed at a pretty high rate. I mean, for a piece of land, but again, this is Dallas County. They know the demand is high. So I'm zooming in on Cumberland Street. Okay, our lot is 0.17 acres, almost a quarter acre. So what I look at first is I want to be in the same geo map, the same geo area, right? I don't really want to cross the highway. I really don't want to get out of this radius right here because, in Dallas County especially, like prices change based off of zip codes. And so you could go from the cut to like a really affluent neighborhood just by hopping over a highway. So we want to stay in our area. I will say 75203 has been popping for years. So definitely a hot commodity. This lot here is about the same size as ours. They actually just increased the price by $50,000. That's crazy work. But at 150,000, They've got 141 views, 15 saves. So it's getting some action, and this is on market. And so our objective would be we want to come in under this one, but that gives us a great bit of wiggle room because if we could get this bad boy at 100, you may be able to sell it for 130 real quick and make a quick 30K on it. That's how we look for deals. That's how we increase our spreads. Sure, we could go after smaller deals, but sometimes those smaller deals are a bigger headache. And so we try to look for deals that we can create a lot of spread across the deal set. And so I've got an on market active listing. Wholesalers, pro tip, you have to look at what's actively available for sale in the market in that area that you're getting a property in. Because if you're coming up more than what the on market stuff is or at the same price point, you're probably not going to sell. When they're looking at off market deals, investors and developers, they want a deal. And also, if you're a builder, you want to know what they're trading for in the event that you need to flip it or, you know, anything. So, yeah, just a pro tip. All right. Let me look at sold comps now. So I'm going to go sold lot size. We're going to go up to a quarter acre. Apply. So you see there's been nothing in the last 90 days. So let's go back 6 months. Let's go back 12 months. Let's go back. So we're back 12 months. The thing about this pocket in 75203 is there's a high likelihood it'll sell. Another thing we can look at though is houses. Let's just look at new builds. You see a couple popped up. Let's go 2020 and let's see. Okay, so there's no new build activity over there in the last year that has sold. What about for sale? Okay, nothing in that pocket. So it could tell you a couple of things. Okay, there's no new build activity over here. Now I'm zooming in. Some of these home prices, 514, 652. Let's see when this one was built. Okay, this one was built in 2023 and it sold in 2024. So actually a little bit more than 12 months. So I'm looking in the area and I'm like, okay, I could hit this builder up. Clearly, this person sold. I could hit them up and say, hey, I've got a lot down the street from what you sold and what you purchased and what you built and what you sold. And maybe, we could flip this one to you. Um, Looks like they were on market for a couple of months during 2023. With rates set to go down, it could be something to consider. But you see in this pocket, I mean, they got some $500,000 homes. And so, your acquisition cost for this thing, you want to keep it between 10 to 20%. Obviously, 20% is on the higher end and that really will eat at your profit. So aim to acquire between 10 to 15% of new construction comps of similar lot size, and you should be good to go. Now that we have this data and this intel, let's pop over to Skipify and let's get some information of who we can get in contact with for this vacant lot. Pop the address in here. Okay, pulled up. Let's download and skip trace. Just got to name it the address so it's easy to find. Skip trace. We got our order number here. We're ready to go. We're rolling. My data. Let's download. Let's open. Once it loads, I'm going to bring it over into our screen and our view. Okay. All right. So this is a good one because it's an LLC. So again, remember our input information is going to be in the first from A through K columns. No foreclosure info, which is coming in from L through U. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see as well. Okay, so we got name here. Last name matches the company name. We got age. Okay. We have are they deceased? Yes or no. We got some numbers. So cool. So we've got a lead here. Gentleman 70 years old, and he owns a family builder company. So you got two things here. You've got a potential buyer, and you may have a seller. I'm looking at the intel like this. All right, he's a builder, so maybe he's passing it off to his sons or his family. Okay, that's one angle. But then he's 70, so he could be prepping to retire and possibly interested in liquidating this lot and maybe the other one. So you've got a couple of angles. So my approach would be more so like, hey, Felipe, I'm a local investor in the area. I see that you're, actively building in 75203. I'd love to collaborate with you and see how and where I could add value to what you're doing. Are you thinking about selling some assets, or are you looking to acquire some new parcels? And let him share kind of where he's at. Then you don't shoot yourself in the foot. A lot of times, investors or wholesalers just send deals out to people without developing any rapport. The deal's priced wrong, it's priced bad. They can feel like you're just wanting money out of them. There's no value that you're adding. They probably got the deal from yesterday from somebody off of Facebook, and it's just a bad look for everybody. But when you go at it like that, you show professionalism. You show, hey, I'm earnestly in this thing to help you win, and it's a great win for everybody. And so in this video, I have shown you how to pull an off-market lead for less than 15 cents and skip trace it, get the information, and even provided you with some tactical insight on how to underwrite the deal, how to word your contact, your outreach with this person, and hopefully get you to your next deal. We're going to jump on this one, though, because this looks like a great lead. But I appreciate you all. Y'all have a blessed day. Like and subscribe for more. In the description, I've got my link to Skipify that gets you plugged in and tapped in and skipping today. And then I've also got the link to Prime Tracers in the description below. Sign up. It's a free profile, and they're giving you 25 free skips. Of those 25 free skips, if you try some of the tools and tips that I've shown you, hey, you may be able to find your next deal in that. Let's go.